fuck. Looks like one did not get transferred over. So I think in this one I'm gonna cover Nepal and Esperanza then, just to F those up. I wanted to see your Kree a little bit. So kind of where my head's at the moment with comps in the meta is most of the time Snake will probably be in, just because at the moment he's, I've at least been working with him on his Reaper and his Sombra, and that's kind of the two different variations of the comps we'll be playing. So it's more of the hit scan role that's going to be subbed and switched around. At the moment, I believe you are probably our best Kree, and moving forward, we're going to be sticking with you on the Kree. As for soldier maps, not saying you don't have a bad soldier, but to one, give Ploss playtime, make him feel comfortable on a roll, and just because I do think his soldier is really good, we're gonna do him on soldier, and then anytime you play Tracer, it'll probably be you being on Tracer. So with that being said, I'm gonna kind of explain our Brawl comp and how we want to play. So I think I did talk about it with you, taking a little bit more of off angles. At the time, that was with Sojourn and not the Kree, which there is a big difference, being that Sojourn has more mobility than Kree does. So her taking farther off, more risky off angles is like if the Kree were to take that same angle, it's more risky for this Kree than it is Sojourn, because Kree does not have the mobility that the Sojourn has. So you can still take these angles, but you have to do it still like less far away than what you did with the Sojourn. So that's kind of the playstyle that I want you to be playing, is still with the team, just taking small off angles. Once we get to Esperanza, I'll point out a few that you took that I didn't like that ended up with you getting picked. Those are definitely high risk, high reward kind of plays, but it just seemed like we weren't getting good value out of them, and I mean, once we look at it, it might explain why, but so, like I said, you're going to want to try to take small off angles, but still playing with the team. Kind of explaining the comp, just to give you a little bit better of an understanding. Maybe this will kind of show us or help us in how we should be using Deadeye against a Brawl mirror. But how we should be playing, again, we have a very strong front line, and we're just looking to run them over. Our issue with a Brawl comp is that we always tend to split and look at different things, when what we really need to be doing is all, of course, looking at the same thing. So I'm definitely going to be calling that out in target focus. And yeah, I mean, again, I'm not here to coach your aim. I'm here to coach positioning, ability usage, how you should be prepping, stuff like that. So we'll get into it. So with them playing the sim, you can't play this angle. A better angle to take, and what we probably should have taken, was going into the left room or the right side, so that we're on even ground, so you're not having to, so that you can at least see everyone on eye level in front of you, compared to like this, where you're having to push really far forward in order to get angles. If they have a sim, we just need to make it more level, because once we get a pick, that's when we can go in, start destroying turrets, or let's say if we get somebody low enough, that's when we go in. Pretty far forward, not the biggest fan of that grenade, but it's alright. So while, again, the focus doesn't need to be on the Rhine here. So doing that flash stuff isn't, the fan isn't going to be doing anything, when you could just be looking at the people to the left, the Sim, the Genji, the Ana, everyone that's to the left of the Rhine right now, because he's not putting his shield up. He's swinging, shielding, swinging, shielding. That's giving you windows to actually pop shots into, and they're giving us a hell of a lot of space, more than they actually should be, which, again, different levels of team is going to be different how much pressure they're going to be putting on. But however, they currently, with them holding objective and quote unquote high ground, they need to be playing more aggressive, not allowing you to get angles like what you just had. Instead, what you're choosing to do is focus on the Rein. You should not be doing that. You should be looking, for the most part, unless like the Rein's crit, or you have nothing else to do, shoot the Rein shield, and then it's more prioritized of the person on who we want to run over at that point. So this, all unnecessary, all unnecessary. So with us rotating right, this is one of those angles I was talking about that you could still take. If you wanted to wait a couple seconds for our team to rotate and their team to rotate, that would give you a better angle from the left side, being able to poke into their backs. But I'm also fine with you playing this, just gotta make sure we get the angles. Good, now we focus on that Rein. That's fine. Yep, that was a good fan that time. Pretty good for the most part, not utilizing angles and geometry of the map as much. Stop worrying about turrets. Good shots. Oh, fuck. This is good, this is good, we're good. Good. Good Deadeye. That forced out their beat and also forced them to play positioning where, sorry, where they don't peek out. Sorry, I just cut myself on my knife. Yep, got the main tank experience on a DPS.
Maybe a different angle.
Yeah, I'll turn it up.
All patched up.
Good, good. I like this angle. All of our teams playing left. You're playing a little bit more to the right. That's perfect. Those are the kind of angles that I want you to be playing. Unlucky, you would have made it out anyway.
Come on, Cole. Try a little harder.
Good pick. Take your shots.
See that?
Let's do it fast. Turning up the heat. Thank you.
Good. Alright, this is excessively dangerous. One, Tusk is to the right here. You're about to get antied, you're about to get slapped, you're probably about to get pinned. We'll see. Okay, Tusk works for you. Pop it, good. Good, just keep pressuring his shield. Yeah. We just needed to have faster reaction time than where we rotated.
I did not lose focus.
Someone needs to fill this saddle.
Lucio, yep, good. Good. Good.
Your enemy's coming.
So far so good, man. Your crew looks pretty solid. I think it's when we get to Esperanza that I start to question things a bit. So with this Deadeye, how you should be using this is you want to get it at the precise. It is hard to get an ult off like this. It's kind of like the same with using Amp Matrix. But when you want to be using your ult, I will kind of show you. Again, high ground preferably, because this angle gives you both chokes if needed. If they go top left, once they push out, when you see like 3 of them push out, and they're pretty far along, like maybe like at this post right here, or even if they're like at this post, that's when you pop Deadeye, because that's going to force 2 things. One, it's going to force CDs out of them, which if Tusk is, playing with us, he just shields, blocks it all. Or it's going to force them to do one of 2 things. 1, aggress hard to try and kill you before you pop it, or 2, kite back into the spawn. If they kite back, if they decide to kite back, eventually we'll most likely be able to get a pick out of that, because Deadeye's going to ramp up faster than they can move back from here to there, right? So most likely we get a pick out of that. If they decide to push us, again, same thing. If you're playing, past these 2 bells right here, by the time they even reach the bells, you should be able to lock onto someone, especially if, they're Ryan just shields and everyone's stacked behind them. That's going to break the shield in 2 shots and 3 of them are going to die, right? Or they can play split, which, half of them, let's say, come into here. You're not able to lock onto them, and then the rest are out here. That's fine. That means the rest of our team can start pushing forward onto them, kill them. Maybe Deadeye doesn't go off, maybe it does go off, you get a pick, and then we can keep pushing from there, right? You want to kind of do it when they're crossing areas, if possible. Any other time, it's definitely gonna be a lot harder for you to do. But same thing for like right this. If we're up here and as they start pushing, let's say they start pushing, I don't know, you see the Lucio amp, and they're like right here. That's kind of when, maybe not there, but this one's a little bit harder. But like if you're playing, maybe like right here would be fine. Yeah, like if they hit the rocks, right? What we're gonna do, we're gonna leave you up here alone. The rest of us are gonna drop down. That's gonna force them all behind this thing, and either we're gonna get a Lucio boop, we're gonna get a pin knock up, we're gonna get, just consistent damage on them here, because they can't peek out. If they peek out, they die. So that's where this that's kind of how you want to use your ult in perfect world. However, I mean, I doubt that that's gonna really be able to do anything with it. It's one, we're not positioned up there, but two, I mean, it's kind of hard to get a good Creole off anyway. But if we were up there, we would be able to do that scenario, actually. Good angle, good angle. Yeah, good job not pushing that. Nice. Crit. Don't fan the shield. It's not gonna break. It's not gonna break. Look forward. Go forward. As soon as this wall goes down, I would probably use it here. I don't know how he didn't die, but alright. Nice, good Deadeye. Good Kree play so far. Things you could have done better, probably killed the Kree faster, obviously. Otherwise, I think you were taking pretty good angles during that fight. Again, like I said, we want to try and position on that high ground. Boy howdy, I don't know how you didn't die. Taking a lot of poke, brother. See, so what that Kree is doing is what I don't want you to do. Like, you're not entirely going to play on split angles. So, like, let's say everyone's on this level of ground, right? If their entire team's over here and their Kree's right there, all we have to do, wall this, speed over here onto their Kree. Let's say if he doesn't have roll, he's fucked. He did. But if he doesn't, I mean, he's fucked, right? Otherwise, ooh, that's creepy. But like how you were doing it, most of our team's right here. You were able to push out this way. If they chase you, all you gotta do is roll, or even just natural passive walk towards your team, and you're still safe. You're still playing in their LOS. You pushing up here, fine, a little bit more risky, but it's, you know, you're still getting the angles from over here, and can still kite back to your team. You're still in LOS. That all it's gonna take is one step, two step. Ana sees you, and it's gonna put you in sights of their backline. So that. Like, I hope you know which one I'm talking about when I say this angle. Yeah, but like if you were to push any, sorry, I know I just jumped back on you. If you were to push like all of this, this is just like all it's gonna take is a headshot from the Kree and a grenade, and you're dead, right? Even if you manage to trade, like that might not be impactful if you trade on the wrong person. If let's say if you don't trade, yeah, it's high risk, high reward, but a safer play is just to peek out from here and just naturally poke at their backline, right? Especially if their backline is on one side or the other. You know, their backline most of the time is not going to play like right here. They're going to be playing a little bit more further up in their team, and if you do, that leaves a great off angle for here, especially if their Ana plays like right here. Boom, they're dead. Same thing on the other side. Their Ana's looking this way. Boom, they're dead. Small little off angles. Jesus, dude, flashbang's fucking ridiculous. It's insane. Good. See, again, another great off angle that you're playing. Tusk is playing there, you're playing here. It's perfect. Those are the kind of off angles I'm saying. It's forcing their attention. Like, they can't push on Tusk without getting pelted by you. Their backline getting pelted by you. You're taking really good angles on this back. That's a fine trade. Like, I mean, he's gonna do the same to you anyway. Yeah, brother. Great round. Let's see how we do on this next one. Back up a little bit.
Knock 'em dead.
Yep, this is the angle I was actually going to tell you to play is over here, because naturally with us pushing up, if we take all of this space here faster than they do, what they're going to do, they're going to play out here, and as soon as we start pushing in, they're going to start like fanning out behind them. Like a good team is just all going to back up in the same direction. However, you know, their sim might want to play an off angle right here. If that's the case, boom, you're right there. So let's see how well you keep with this. Yeah, don't need to do this. It's fine if you do, but you're just gonna be a little bit more lethal in the front. This just gives you more added pressure in the front line. Like their Ryan has to hard shield or he has to look and cover. Now you look at point. Good. Good shots. Good. Focus on the right here. Good. Good. Good, good, good. Oh my word. That was fucking disgusting. Good shit. Good. I like that Deadeye. I like that Deadeye. So what that Deadeye does, I mean, I hope this is probably what went through your mind, I'm assuming, is that with that Ryan Nano, you popping Noon here, it's just going to force him to shield. Like, yeah, he can try to time it right, but if he doesn't, he's fucked. You know, wasted Nano. So that was good. You probably could have even held it a little bit longer to, you know, burn out that Nano. But it's alright. Good. Damn. Nice shot. So with our team pushing up, this is the area that you want to play in. It's just kind of back them up. But he's going to look for Shatter here. I would keep backing. Yeah, this is so lucky. Good Shatter from him.
Not exactly what I expected.
Failure is not defeat.
What's up? Behind you! Reach for the scout.
Take everything from them.
That is me.
Let's spill some blood.
He made the right play going on him. Yeesh.
They still haven't seen my ace. How you are?
I will give you shelter to pieces.
Oh, unlucky. Almost had him too. It's right though. Good peeling for your Ana. That's what we like to see.
Maybe a different angle.
Let's get some healing beats going.
Nice. I'm gonna be honest, man. The Kree was looking on point. It looked good, very good. All right, Esperanza is where I was a little more. Yeesh. Ooh, yikes.
Objective unlocked.
So the comp still stays the same. It's just the only difference is you're definitely going to be looking to peel for Ana more, especially because what Big Ben or what Echo is looking to do is to try and jump on the back line and just blow someone up. Good shots. Good. I don't like this. This definitely almost killed you here. I think it might actually. Nope. Yeah, I didn't like that angle. Against the Orisa, you don't necessarily need to take hard off angles like you do against the Rein. Against the Rein, you need to find a way to get past the shield, so obviously playing that off angle is going to be more beneficial to you. However, with the Orisa, no shield, you're just going to be able to poke through and aim at people behind them, right? Great shots. Take that high ground. Yep, good, good. Unlucky, so close. I would not have gone right. Left, I would have gone right with Deadeye going for it. But, I mean, they just got good picks. Jumped on the back line. This, bad. Bad, 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 bad. Don't do that. That shit's dumb. You're dumb for doing that. Don't do that.
They've taken possession of the robot.
It's a hero play. I don't need hero plays. We need consistency.
The barricade is on the move. Let's go.
So anytime you want to go for a, because I'm assuming after this you're definitely eventually going to start separating and going for these weird off angle plays. Anytime you go for something that's a little bit more dangerous, like that Nepal play I was talking about on Village, when you could go all the way and, you know, you might trade, but it might be the wrong trade. That's what I said. If you do something like that, take somebody with you. Say, hey, Fungi, come speed me. Clover, speed me, or come with me. You know, that kind of thing. That way you still have somebody to bounce off of if you need help, or even saying, Snake, come with me, that kind of thing, right? You gotta poke out this Echo, man, not the Orisa. Good kill.
Enemy sighted.
They still haven't seen my
Spawn activated.
In Tip MN.
Oh, you want to hear this?
Good. Not the Kree. I don't know why you're looking at the Kree. Look at the Ashe. Look at the Mercy.
Don't let them take another step.
Alright, this is the off angle I started to talk about.
Keep an eye out.
Again, this is just dangerous. This isn't as bad, but You gotta remember, you don't have a pocket when their DPS do. Check your angles in between those shots when you're reloading. So like, you hadn't seen the echo at all. I'm pretty sure. She could have been right on your right, stickies, and boom, dead. And you wouldn't have had a second thought. When reloading, that gives you just a second to quick look around and then go back to shooting again. Unlucky, he hits a couple good shots on you.
Rescue that robot.
Bit early to dust off the boots.
We are pushing ahead. Join me.
I'm ready to not be sick. This wrist is just feeding. I don't really like that Deadeye. I mean, you kind of have to think of it this way. They have bad spawns, and their entire team is going to be running back from spawn. Not entire team. Most of their team is still running back from spawn. You don't need to use Deadeye to just get that one person, right? We have all 5 of us there. They have, 3 or 4 of them there, right? We're still going to have the advantage in that fight. We don't need to use Deadeye for that. And I don't even think they had 4. I think they had like 3, maybe 2, possibly.
Pushing our barricade up.
This is my favorite.
Glad you called for help there.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Cassidy.
Unlucky.
It's high noon.
They've taken possession of the robot.
Lucky shot.
The grave cannot hold me.
Hello there.
Over there.
Can't let them push ahead.
Yeah, okay. So this kind of makes more sense. I thought you were going on these crazy routes when in just reality it's just you kited in the wrong way a lot of these times. And that's kind of just the issue. I mean, don't get me wrong, your Deadeyes haven't been the best, especially on Esperanza, but
Eyes sharp this time.
otherwise your play has been pretty good so far. Not too bad. Shots, good shots.
Robots with us now. Push ahead.
Look at the echo here, not the OSA.
Really underestimating me.
Or the Mercy, good shots again. Good shots.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Cassidy.
Good lord.
It's hand.
Chew on that.
Good high noon, by the way. We were down. Okay, so just to explain the alt, we were down one, and they were about to get aggressive with it. You popping Deadeye obviously is going to either stop their aggression or it's going to force them to commit even further, whether that's alts, whether that's CDs, etc. That's good. So good ult on that one. Honestly, first good ult of the map.
Let's get going.
Risky. Very risky. I don't know how you didn't get sucked into that. It's weird. You are not getting out of that. No, you are. They're not gonna push.
My ultimate is ready. Saddle up.
ازيك؟
Hey.
60 seconds remaining.
Not gonna lie, that felt like a lucky Deadeye that they even got anything with that, but it just didn't rotate in fast enough. Again, stick in your team. You don't have to go that far forward.
30 seconds remaining.
But so far, I mean, still good.
Louder this time.
Their time is short. Hold strong.
10 seconds remaining.
They took the robot. Don't let it move a single step.
Drive them away. You can't
Don't
wait.
drop. Good.
Death ain't on my doorstep yet.
In Type MM.
And we need it now.
So I would still back up here because they're still gonna be able to push into this, which is probably how you die here in a second. Don't be surprised.
But they're done.
No, you don't. I know you get pegged here, but
Pushing. That's not good.
oh, it's because you dropped, which you're not. Maybe I'm just missing something. This is the one I'm talking about. Yep. Oh, unlucky. Almost had him too.
Knock them from the barricade.
Eyes sharp this time.
Oh, let's break it. Yeah!
You could have just nooned from point. You didn't have to go all the way up here for it.
Line of fire.
All right. I think you did play one other map. Yeah, you did. That was Shambali, but we just didn't really run a great comp for that map in general, so I don't really want to look at it. So we'll kind of talk about what we saw a little bit. Again, man, I mean, your Kree is really solid. Like, I would dare even say first or second best hero to play, quite honestly. Like, it looked really good. You were still taking those angles and doing it safely. Deadeyes, definitely, there's quite a few that were fuck ups, and I'm assuming that's probably one of the biggest issues with your Kree. Otherwise, flat. I mean, nades were good, rolls were fine. It's kind of more just positioning and alt that were my issues every once in a while. But otherwise, like I said, your Kree looks really strong. I think Tracer is kind of going to be the next thing that we need to look at a little bit deeper, and mainly what we should be looking at. But I mean, watching this just kind of shows to me that your Kree is probably best, because I've seen Wavy's Kree a little bit on Ilios, and I've seen Plas's Kree in the game, and Snake already has a role in this meta. So I mean, Kree is definitely yours. Grind the shit out of him. So far, you're looking really solid on it. Yeah, it's just gonna be keep taking those angles and small, minuscule things of what to do and where to look. Because I'm more thinking back to Nepal when, at the very start you were fanning the shield. You didn't really need to do that. You could have just kept angles. Understanding what your focus can be due to what they have is kind of what I want to talk about a little bit. Is like, if they don't have a shield to throw in front of your face or anything of the such, if it's a brawl mirror, taking those small off angles, or if they have an Orisa with no shield, just poking straight at them, still staying within your team. You're hitting your shots. You're hitting really good shots. Again, just that Deadeye that needs a little bit of work. Everything else looked really solid. Yeah, so like I said, I'm not really going to cover Shambali. That's going to be probably more this week. I will try and get another VOD review with you within this week or next week on your Tracer specifically, because I want to see your Tracer and how well it does, and try to help you out a little bit more with that and get you more improved on it. But again, Kree's looking really good, man. Other than that,